Hello. I hope you're all having a wonderful week and that you have a really great weekend as well. I wanted to just do a quick video on metaphor for those of you who maybe are just training and have heard that good therapists use metaphors, but you're not quite sure what they are or if you'll ever be able to spontaneously make them up on the spot. So what is a metaphor? Well, a metaphor is a figure of speech that names or describes or qualifies something else that's similar or an analogy of something. So in its simplest form, it's creating a picture or a scene in somebody else's mind where the subconscious takes exactly what it needs from that wording. So it can be a fantastical story, it can be a very literal story, it can mean different things to different listeners. The listener takes on the story and then applies it to their own situation or their life. But the good thing is it stays with them long after you've said it. Most of us use metaphors in everyday speech. It's not something which is some magical, unachievable thing, because we all use it. So if you've ever heard somebody say time is money, you don't need them to explain what they mean. And for the most part, that signifies that the longer somebody takes to do a job for you, the more costly it will become. Or someone might say, Bob is a really rough diamond. The person you say that simple phrase to doesn't think that Bob is made of a diamond, but that they know he is a genuinely lovely person, but it might not appear like that or be apparent to look at him like that initially. So the best metaphor that you would use is one that you just say and then not clarify, because the magic is in what the client does with the imagery in their own mind. So we all use simple metaphor in life. So how do we then convert that to a tool that we can use in the therapy room? And there's another metaphor right there. The therapists all say we've got a toolbox of skills or techniques to use with clients. We don't really have a toolbox in the consulting room with a screwdriver and a hammer. We just know what it means. And so it'll mean different things to all of you depending on your skill set and what you've learned so far. So good metaphor, let's think of a few examples. More complex metaphor can be quite descriptive and immersive. So let's see what this means to you. Imagine for a moment that you're wading into a calm river or a body of water, okay? And you're holding onto a balloon. You might have it tied round to your wrist, but you're holding onto it in some way. You wade right up to your mid-chest area and you take that balloon and you try to push it under the water. But each time you get it to go under, it pops right back up immediately in front of your face. No matter how much you struggle to get it to stay down, forcing it under, it simply won't stay there. It just keeps on popping back up. You try everything you can to make it stay down. You even force it right under and right to the side and then right under your bum. But the balloon just stays there for a few seconds under your bum and then pops up. It comes up again, splashing you in your face. However, if you allow the balloon to just float beside you, you can begin to observe it in a different way. It's no longer the problem. You're no longer fighting it. It's just there, bobbing gently on the water. Now, for the purpose of this recording, I'll explain the metaphor, or what some people might get out of the metaphor. But you wouldn't normally do this usually. Ordinarily, you would just tell the story and then move on to something else, because you don't want the client to understand the metaphor. So when I described that balloon, what did you think and feel inside? What did you think about when you felt the struggle of the balloon in the water? It might be that you could see the parallels, that if you try to push things down, eventually they come back up. Maybe that the harder that you push those things beneath the surface, the more problematic they become. That when you struggle to hide something, all you do is waste a lot of effort. So better to allow the balloon to float, to stop resisting, and to just bob around you, being unaffected by it, just observing it. And of course, for some people that can signify letting go, or stopping struggling against whatever it happens to be. This will mean so many different things to so many different people. And I wonder what it meant for you in your mind. I'd like to hear from you to see what your ideas of metaphors are. Either ones that you use regularly or some you might come up with on the spot now while listening to the video. Another example of a metaphor might be this. If you were driving down the road and you were only looking at your rear view mirror, I wonder how far you'd get. The best drivers are the ones who focus on the road ahead. Let me have some of your metaphors. I bet you can come up with some really, truly wonderful ones. Now I've planted the seed in your mind to create some. Take care. Speak soon. And please subscribe to this channel, because if you subscribe, then you get more videos coming up on YouTube as and when they come. Have a fabulous week. Take care. Bye.